presents The Hall of Justice.
All right, if
That was our best intro yet.
I know,
Ang
I
ganda.
know. If the music doesn't tell you what this episode is all about, then we don't know what will. Welcome to Earth 1979. My name is Rick Olivares. I'm with Nikki de Guzman and Jiggy Cruz. And this episode, we're going to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In fact, we'll be talking specifically about WandaVision and everything related to WandaVision. Jiggy, you want to get it going?
Yeah, so to begin our episode on WandaVision, for everyone joining us tonight, please do know that spoilers are ahead. So if you haven't seen the first two episodes of Marvel Studios' WandaVision, please watch it first, then you can watch Hall of Justice right after so you can join in on the festivities with our discussion. So yun, so
Grabe.
spoiler warning guys ah.
Spoil.
Yun. And
Ang laki na nun,
just to be clear, me, Rick, Nikki, we watch WandaVision via VPN. So wala kaming maling ginagawa when we do watch the kickoff of Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, Rick and Nikki, have you guys seen WandaVision?
Yes, I have, and tremendously enjoyed it.
I have then. It's a very different tone, very different kind of storytelling for Marvel. So yun, sobrang kakaiba siya.
Yeah, I enjoyed it so much immediately after I posted on my Facebook. And, the first episode pa lang, it took me back to when I was a kid. And I was telling Jiggy and Nikki off cam, when Bewitched was first shown, I was a baby. I was not even born yet. But they were showing it on reruns when I was about 5 years old. And we only had one TV, and, that's all we'd watch, So it was like taking me back to the time. I suddenly remembered scenes like, oh my God. In fact, I have the DVD of Bewitched, the complete series of Bewitched. I started looking for it. This is it. Ayun.
So I feel like we have to, we feel like, I feel like we have to talk about this kasi the last time we saw Vision was nung sa Infinity War.
Infinity
He
War.
died there. Tapos sa Endgame, he was just briefly mentioned. And then, we jump right into this na agad eh. So we're bound to have lots and lots of questions about it. Ano ba talaga nangyayari? And yun nga, more detailed episodes, more Easter eggs. And super detailed so far. Yung first two episodes na yun, it's like we have even more questions now than we did nung sa trailer nilabas.
Yeah. And what I do appreciate about WandaVision is that it's so unique. It's such a different take on the MCU. And right at the get-go, it's a mystery for all of us, no? And it's such a thrilling thing. Well, number one, there was no MCU movies for us in 2020. And just seeing the MCU back was such a thrill. And tapos mystery pa siya. So, which brings us to our poll question for tonight. If you've seen WandaVision, the first two episodes already, our poll is solve the mystery. What do you think is happening in the world of WandaVision? Ayan. So, to begin, we saw references of the Dick Van Dyke Show and Bewitched, especially in episode 2, yung opening niya. It was very similar to the animation of Bewitched. Ayan, that's the original Bewitched. And dun pa lang may mga Easter eggs na kaagad we got the
Intro
Grim
pa lang,
Reaper,
yun.
the helmet of the Grim Reaper, and then yung cat ni Agatha Harkness, yung Auntie Ace, and then yung serial sa left might be kay Wonder Man, di ba? Ayun. I can never forget, Nikki, noong 2015 kasi, it was Age of Ultron, and I had to work out of town. I was sent to Indonesia for a conference. So daw sila Rick, napanood na nila yung Avengers Age of Ultron. Rick then
Nahuli
messaged,
ka.
parang if a fake spoiler siya na, Simon Williams, baby, ganyan, Wonder Man. Tapos, nakakainis. Hindi ko alam kung niloloko nila ako or hindi. So, I get that same feeling with WandaVision. Like, is Marvel playing a trick on us with all these Easter eggs or what? But ayun, and siguro
True.
my biggest siguro positive about WandaVision is the acting. So for Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany, talagang they deliver their A game when it comes to acting, and it's so fun to see Catherine Hahn in the MCU. So yun,
Yeah.
who is Catherine Hahn? She plays the neighbor, si Agnes. And theories or the fans have been saying, and even see Ivan from Phil Bars is saying Agnes might be a play on Agatha Harkness. And why do we think it's Agatha Harkness? It's because of that brooch na suot niya in episode 1 and episode 2. And we have to check in the further episodes, is she still wearing that brooch? So a little bit of trivia. Who is Agatha Harkness? She was the leader of New Salem. So yung New Salem was like this special town for magical people lang. Kung hindi ka wizard or warlock or witch, bawal ka sa New Salem. And further down the road in Marvel Earth 616, si Agatha Harkness was also the governess or the nanny of Franklin Richards. So she was hired by Reed and Sue to teach and take care of the young Franklin Richards. And Rick, what do you think about my theory of Agatha Harkness?
Yeah, it's certainly possible. No? And actually, when I was watching it, I was thinking that this is probably Wanda. You know, we've all read the comic books, and she was warping reality because she was having trouble coping. She was suffering from PTSD, and she whipped up these alternate realities so she could cope with it. All the depression, the loss of life, and we have to remember where she's coming from, diba? Because even in Avengers, diba, after what led to the Geneva Protocols, where the Avengers had to be under UN supervision, she was dealing with the repercussions of what she did over there by detonating this bomb in this building that killed all these people and then losing
Lagos,
vision.
Civil War. Yep.
Yeah. So it's probably her way of coping. Because if watching it, you could see like she resets certain things and like, oh, so you're playing with time now.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah.
And it's if reading now Doctor Strange, and if you're reading the comic books, Doctor Strange, or even I think in the film, they say that when you do magic, there is always a repercussion whenever you use magic. So I think that that's why people are if Agnes is indeed Agatha Harkness, then she's probably keeping close watch on her to make sure that the magic that she uses is at a minimum. But as we can see, it's not a minimum.
You know, you bring up a very good point, Rick. Because like I remember watching Doctor Strange with you, no, and si Mordo was saying that the bill comes due parate when it comes to yung time stone ganyan. So tama si Wanda at the end of episode 2, nung nakita niya yung parang beekeeper na lumabas sa sewer. We don't know who that beekeeper is, but this person is wearing a sword uniform, but it could also be an AIM agent or an advanced idea mechanics agent. So people were saying that
guys, look at that ass. Look at that ass. That's not America's ass, isn't it?
So kung ano, no, if Hydra is to shield, it could be AIM is to sword, and we haven't talked about so people were saying that it's not the sentient world's observation response department division. So in the MCU, it's I believe it's sentient weapon. Yung W niya is weapons. So since people are considering Wanda Maximoff as a weapon, so it could be that they're monitoring weapons of mass destruction against civilization and humanity here. So also, sorry, kailangan ko lang i-flex, no? This is the crew cap of WandaVision. And sa likod, it's actually the sword logo.
Jiggy in his cap game, always on point.
Yeah. So I collect the MCU crew hats. Yeah.
Nice.
Rick, Are you a fan of Abigail Brand and Sword?
Okay lang. They first came out, if I'm not mistaken, sa X-Men. And
Astonishing X-Men. You're right.
Astonishing X-Men. And I like the concept of, it laterally, if you look to the DC universe, it's probably like Stormwatch.
Mm, mm.
So,
Okay.
ganun yung dating sa akin. And I think that they're so underused, no? In the Marvel universe. I hopefully this time they'll be able to, to give it a much needed push, yung Sword, no?
Ako, I don't really know much about Sword, pero I do know that they changed yung W nga from world to weapon. So does that mean na we're not dealing with alien invasions here or anything? Kasi, right, Sword is kind of like shield na space, right? So
I guess
that's
we have
out of
yet
the
to find
question,
out
kind of.
because sa end of Spider-Man Far From Home, Nick Fury was, well, I think it's the peak,
Yeah.
yung base of
Mm-hmm.
operations ng Sword.
Yeah.
Pero here, if I'm not mistaken, I think that it's Jimmy Woo, si
It's Randall Park.
Randall Park, yeah, Jimmy Woo's Randall
Yeah.
Park, and then si Monica Rambeau, the grown-up Lieutenant Trouble, tapos si Kat Dennings, si Darcy, will also be appearing in WandaVision in the latter episode. So, baka Sword na rin
So
siya.
that's a
But
Sword.
Nikki, I wanted to ask you, did you like those little commercials sa WandaVision?
Definitely. I think
Yeah.
Di ba-
Nakita nyo ba yung toaster? A
Oh,
lot of people were saying na the toaster daw, well, of course, merong yung slogan niya na forget the past, this is your future, further telling Wanda na stay in this reality. But could you flash the picture again? Sabi ng iba, mukha daw siyang face. I don't know if that's a stretch or anything. Kasi
Stretch.
sabi nila, yeah, stretch. Kasi there was a part daw in the comics na si Wanda would refer to Vision teasing him as a toaster. Tapos there's this, I think the first time na we get a tinge
Oh,
of color was from that
the
toaster
brave little
din.
toaster.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah,
since you
yun.
brought up the toaster, I noticed na people didn't really pick this up sa mga Easter egg videos. So nung in-online toaster, since it's a Stark Industries
yung
toaster,
yeah.
yung sound niya is when si Iron Man charges his repulsors. It sounded like that. And for that particular episode, we get the first color, yung color red in the episode.
Yeah.
Kasi the rest of the episode is in black and white.
Black and white.
Pero yun, yung red dot na yun, I guess Sword is trying to reach Wanda at some point dun sa episode 2 yung Wanda. Can you read us? Ganyan.
Yeah.
I think that's Jimmy Woo.
Because she's
Pero
in
Dun sa radio, right? It was him.
Yes.
It was his voice.
But since we're talking about the commercials, episode 2 naman, it was the Strucker watch, Swiss watch ng ano. So, height 1,000 meters. Pero it said the time is 2:42, which is an Easter egg to the Mighty Avengers issue 242, where the Vision gets repaired. So that was written by Roger Stern with art by Al Milgrom. Ayan.
You know what, guys? Anything that Marvel does, whether it's an Easter egg or not, there is a purpose to it. There's a method, their madness. You don't just stick anything there because it's cool. They do something because it has repercussions down the line. So they're probably in some kind of bubble, while they're healing from whatever post-traumatic stress that they're going through. And I don't read any of the hype stuff. I don't. You know that, Jiggy. Diba? Going into a movie, I don't read anything. I want to be surprised. So
Actually, ako rin. I want to be surprised.
Diba? It's so cool to be surprised.
Ako very minimum na. Kasi ayong, like, may difference nga from you guys and ako na may konting research and all that. But agree with you. But let's take a look at some comments from people now. See, Professor Jason X says he loved the show. Marvel fan since I was a kid. However, some casual fans were vocal. They didn't like it as it's very different. Do you think it will prompt Feige to change future shows to please the fans? Well,
No,
personally, I don't think he will change because Kevin Feige said that every take on a project is different. Kasi you want people to keep coming back. Ayun.
yep.
You want people to keep coming back, and it has to be different. He doesn't want fans to get bored. Ayun. Tapos, si Jason Inocencio has a comment for Rick Olivares. It says, ang cute naman ng salamin ni Lodi Rick pang
Ayun,
romansa.
napansin din.
Ayan, dahil, kasi Rick, WandaVision is a romance as well. Diba? Between
Grabe,
Wanda
pinasok
and the
talaga yun.
Vision. Diba?
Wala ako masabi.
Alright.
Kami tied over there.
Okay. Anyway, let's get back to our discussion for WandaVision. But for those of you just joining us, our poll for tonight's episode is you need to solve the mystery. What do you think is happening in the world of WandaVision? Siguro we haven't talked about House of M. And I always check kasi sa end credits, who does Marvel Studios thank? Yung mga, parang we would like to thank the following, yung mga artists and writers, ganyan. So, Brian Michael Bendis and si Olivier Coipel were thanked. And that brings us to House of M. It could be the House of M version of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We still don't know. But another Easter egg that I spotted here was the effects. So if you remember that Joe Quesada 1 in 20 variant cover, yung mga pixels na yun, that is actually part of Wanda's effects din na ginawa ni Olivier sa House of M. Yan si Hawkeye. Tinanggal na naman niya sa reality. And ayun, in the end credits of WandaVision has that same effect, yung mga pixels. But ito are red, blue, and green, or RGB for TV. Yun. But House of M was also put in that wine na sinerve nung episode 1. Maison de something. House of M.
Nikki and Jiggy, I just think they're just getting a few scenes here and there, but overall, it has really no bearing on where they're taking it.
Yeah.
If you've
actually,
if you've seen anything from the Marvel universe, the cinematic universe, they take it in another direction that you did not see coming. So I'm not, diba? Yes. Even for example, the limited series of The Vision by Tom King. They put him in the suburban area. That's it. Diba? Then for Vision Quest, the disappearance of the twins, they arrive, they just get bits and pieces, but they're going somewhere, like Star Trek, where we've not gone before.
And are they boldly going, Rick?
It's as sabi nga nila, it's a bold move. This is a bold step. It's totally different, but you like that, no? Because I do know that critics have been saying, oh no, more superhero fare. Hindi pa ba kayo nagsasawa? They're waiting for the shoe to drop. But I don't think it is, because people like Kevin Feige have kept the stories fresh and different. Not everything's going to hit. But you know what? Even with Wonder Woman, they're trying to change everything. They're trying to flip the script to make it interesting for a lot of people. Diba? So I think it's good. It's good, and I'm excited. Can't wait to see the tie-ins. Where this ties up with other Marvel Cinematic Universe properties.
Wait, I just wanted to bring si Francis Abad, no? Sorry, Francis Abad says ipapasok na yung X-Men through WandaVision, and my brother was actually telling me, Kuya, it might be the reverse House of M. Instead of no more mutants, end of the series, si Wanda will actually bring in the mutants sa MCU. So we don't know yet, no? Sherwin Hill Magsina says the show is kind of weird, but maybe they made it that way to hide something special and exciting towards the end. Ayun. Nikki and I were discussing ang weird nga talaga ni WandaVision, but it's pretty exciting. Nikki, did you watch it with your dad?
I did. Feeling ko when it becomes a full-blown MCU thing na, it's going to be insane. Kasi, I also like how, how this kind of storytelling kasi wouldn't have made a good feature film. Parang kulang siya if you're going to make it into a feature film. So, buti na lang din na pinasok siya ngayon sa Phase 4 sa format na TV show. I do wonder though why sitcoms is because parang they're pocket realities. The characters don't need much backstories. I think parang you know the colorization thing, like at the end of the episode 2, things start to get colorized. It's like the more things become complex, the more they're colored.
Ako, I have
Saka
an-
Burgers,
Tapos
si Wanda.
they approach a more real version of her world kasi.
Ako, I have
Yeah.
another theory when it comes to that, Nikki. I like to think that a lot of these creators, like myself, belong to Generation X. So we grew up watching this stuff.
Mm.
Rick, I
Like,
thought you were a millennial.
I wish. But I'm perfectly
Papasa,
happy being
papasa.
Gen X. No, I'm perfectly happy being Gen X. That means I got to experience a lot of this stuff. But seriously, remember Jiggy, diba, yung conversation ko with CB Cebulski
Yep.
about bringing back what we thought was essential. And that's, I think guys like Kevin Feige and everyone working on these MCU films, a lot of them are putting in stuff that we love. If you notice, we mentioned this in our last episode, Stranger Things and all that, the 80s stuff, they're big, they're massive. Everyone tries to bring back all that stuff and they bring it for a new audience. And that's what makes all these things vital and fresh for today's audience. And, you know, you look at Guardians of the Galaxy, the soundtrack is all from the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
70s and 80s. So it's a cool way of making sure that people do not forget where we're coming from. So I think this is their way of making sure
Yeah.
that Bewitched, the Dick Van Dyke Show, I Love Genie, remain in the hearts and minds of today's fans, diba?
Yeah.
You know, I also got that 70s show vibe watching WandaVision. I felt
Tomorrow,
it.
70s na. Kasi episode 150, 60. So, tomorrow, 4 p.m. Philippine Standard Time, lalabas ng episode 3 sa Disney Plus if you have VPN. And looks like we might get the twins tomorrow. And a lot of people now sa comments I'm sending Mephisto si Nico Valenzuela.
Ayan na.
Siya mismo daw yung magsasend. Ayan, tapos si Erbe, our beloved Erbe Doroteo saying maybe Mephisto is in WandaVision. Pero ang daming fans na gustong Mephisto. Guys, that's way too dark. Like, that's
Yeah,
Marvel
too occult
Satan.
for Marvel.
I have something
Diba?
for you
Mm.
coming from left field.
Yeah.
I got a feeling that Legion is going to be tied up here. Yeah.
Although, however, yung si Mephisto, lagi kasing they give hints kasi about the devil, diba? Even
Oo nga
Agnes
eh.
herself, like. Pero yun nga, sabi
For
nga
the
ni Rick, parang
children.
nang-titis lang naman si Marvel.
I don't
No,
know
Have
if
a
it,
comment, no?
Sherwin,
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Sherwin, sinabi na nila this is right after Endgame. So yun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I forgot to mention that a friend of mine spotted it and sent it to me. So, nakita niya that si Paul Bettany actually is part of every kick-off ng phase. So, Paul Bettany was in Iron Man as Jarvis. Sa Phase 2, Iron Man 3 was also Jarvis. For Civil War, Vision was there. Phase 3. And then Phase 4, siya na naman. Present sa first title of a phase. And
he's a
that's...
true Iron Man.
Actually, may kausap ako na parang Paul Bettany was just hired to be a voice actor in 2000s. Kinast siya ng independent film Iron Man. Tapos ngayon, yes, leading man na siya of his own show. I think it's
And
amazing.
he's doing a good job at it.
Yes. Yan. Ayan. Francis, yes, we feel that Wiccan and Speed are coming to the MCU. Tapos ang dami na rin hints kasi of the Young Avengers. Speaking of which, yung Young Avengers, created by Alan Heinberg and artist Jim Chung, binilik nila kasi yung Avengers. Ayan, that's Young Avengers number 1. Pero I wanted to talk about Avengers, the Children's Crusade. So Rick, I asked you off the show did you read Children's Crusade?
I did because logically it springs forth from Wanda and Vision, and it's continuing their adventures, establishing them. Because I thought that they were too. When they disappeared in Vision Quest, and that's in West Coast Avengers, the kids disappeared, and that led to Wanda's breakdown.
Yeah.
Everyone was saying parang sayang naman yung kids, no? The kids, at the potential and all that, and I like that they brought them back because that their magic is real, that there are real ramifications when you do something. So by bringing them into this world, they're but there were questions about like, what do you feel? Do you have a heart? Yeah, all that stuff, and it's great. I thought the Children's Crusade was what they were trying to do there was push the narrative forward by introducing young characters, the legacy characters. No, I think that was the first attempt. I think it was met with a little bit of skepticism because, like, why not just give them their own identity? Why not just have their own story and just instead of just following Cap, following Wanda and Vision?
Yeah.
But as we can see, even naman with over at the DC universe, it's the same thing, no? Because they want to hold on to the original concept and just, like Miles Morales, he's still Spider-Man, but he's just Latino and something different, I think these are the attempts to get a younger audience. So I think that by pushing these younger, they will be in tune with the younger crowd, the millennials, the Gen Z.
Kasi
Well,
we
yung
already got introduced to Cassie lang, 'di ba? Tapos and then si Kate Bishop. So why
Yeah.
not daw, 'di ba? We never know. Baka naman si
Pwede rin si
Wiccan sa
Morgan
speed.
Stark.
'Di ba?
I think you know what we're seeing over at the DC, what DC is doing. They have the Teen Titans, and it's possible that these young Avengers will have something going for them. No, all these
Yeah.
young characters.
Oh, it's back. I didn't bring it up, Nikki. I'm gonna comment. Hi, Ninang Nikki. You just look like
Oh,
Wanda
no.
in the 50s.
Oh
Well, kasi
no.
guys, sinabi sa amin na
back.
try to wear something retro tonight. Yan. So si Nikki lang
Yeah.
yung sumagot. I wore long sleeves, but it's not retro. Anyway,
Guardians of the
maybe we can hype some people up tonight na they can go to Phil Bars, and there's some pretty cool WandaVision merch that they can get. Ayan, pinakita sa atin kanina. Rick, you missed it. The Funko Pops.
I'm so upset. I'm going back tomorrow morning. Diba?
Ayan. So you got the 50s version of Wanda and the Vision. You got, if I'm not mistaken, the 70s. And then yung Halloween costume. And you got these OG costumes of the Scarlet Witch and the Vision. Yan. So head on over now to your nearest Phil Bars branch.
Alam mo, because of that, nainis ako sa Funko.
Why?
No, I don't in a literal sense. Kasi you try to control what you get, but then you see something that's so nice, di ba? Parang, okay, I gotta have that.
That's the business model.
Ganun talaga, exactly.
Marvel
what
and
keeps,
Funko
it's what keeps you going.
they want
diba?
the money, Rick.
Oo nga eh, di ba? So, torn down. I'll see you all at UP Town Center tomorrow, Warren and Angel.
Guys, those who are watching, we got a very special surprise. Not just yet, pero we're giving out our biggest discount yet. So if you want to grab that discount, you still got to watch Hall of Justice. Anyway, back to our fan theories. We forgot to talk about Dottie, no? From WandaVision, yung parang head of the housewives, yung for the children. Nikki, you're supposed to say for the children.
For the children.
For Dottie B, some people say it might be Abigail Brand from Sword, or people are suggesting that it is Clea, related
She looks
to
the part, diba?
Doctor
White
Strange.
hair, platinum blonde, I would say.
Ayan, dahil Doctor Strange, I believe, will appear towards the end of the series because WandaVision is a lead-in to Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So, yan na. Feel ko, kagulo yung ending ng WandaVision. Kala mo, happy siya, pero it's actually gonna be a sad ending.
Guys,
Now,
remember at the end of Endgame, tinanong, di ba, if you're gonna snap people back, why can't you bring the Black Widow back? Why can't you bring the Vision back? And then I think someone said, no, it's not that simple. Di ba?
Yeah.
But
no, kasi Rick, sorry, I'll stop you right there. Si Vision kasi was not snapped away. He was killed
Yeah.
by Thanos.
Yeah,
Basically
Black
remove
Widow
power
naman.
source.
Si Black Widow naman, parang according to the Red Skull na it cannot be undone. Like a soul for a soul, ganyan. Pero the other theory is that when Captain America returns the Soul Stone, binili ko naman baka pwedeng exchange, return item.
diba kung
Get
si
my
Mark,
money back.
if Marv Wolfman left the loophole for the Flash to return after Crisis, I'm sure there's a loophole there.
Tapos,
It'll be
I guess as comic fans, we all know no one's ever really dead,
Really
right?
dead.
oh, diba, you know, it would be nice to see
Pero
your...
sa trailer ng WandaVision before, di ba there was this shot na Wanda looks like she's in a trance or something, tapos tinititigan niya yung Mind Stone. So, is it
Pwede
that?
rin yun. Nikki, sorry, may special viewer pala tayo tonight. Si artist Ed Tadeo is watching us tonight. Sir Ed,
Hi, Ed.
good evening sa inyo.
Hello,
Hope
Sir
you're
Ed.
well. Ayan. Ano pa ba? Mahaba yung mga comments, no? But si Mimong Lazaro is saying, rewatch nyo yung episode 1 when Mr. Hart asked Wanda and Vision kung taga saan sila kinasal, etc. Pansinin nyo, kamay ni Wanda bago ma-choke si Mr. Hart. Ayaw niya magulo yung binubuo niyang reality, kaya may ginagawa siya to prevent. Oh. So it's really Wanda controlling it kasi that beekeeper guy, sinabi ni Wanda no, and then nag-rewind lahat.
Yeah.
It's such a good mystery, no?
Guys,
it's such a good mystery.
But do you think
excited.
she's fully in control of everything? Kasi why is
I think hindi rin.
Yeah, kasi yung tanong sa kanya, 'di ba? Who's doing this to you, Wanda? So I suppose it's a little bit of both. May gumagawa pero siya din ayaw niyang umalis dun sa reality niya.
We talked about it. Sorry, si Evan Peters, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Evan Peters, who was Quicksilver sa Fox version of the X-Men.
That picture though
is part of, he's not gonna be Quicksilver though, kasi si Quicksilver na si Aaron Taylor Johnson, and he's gone. He's dead. Pinatay na siya ni Joss Whedon, but si Evan Peters could be Nightmare, na siya rin yung villain sa Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Yun.
But you know what? I'm gonna go back to what I was saying earlier about Wanda. You know, in every major comic arc where she warps reality, she's in control of it. But because she's mentally not that strong, it always frays. And even from the very beginning, Agatha Harkness is watching over her. People are watching over her because it's her way of coping with her PTSD. So people are trying to reach her and breach that reality. So she's probably trying to heal herself and live in this false state. But as we all know, every time it's happened, it unraveled. In every single comic book arc, it eventually unraveled. So we're gonna see ourselves. You know what? But even Thanos is afraid of her because she's that powerful. So there might be something more to that relating to the Infinity Stones and all that. We might have not seen the last of that, if you ask me.
I agree with you, Rick. Could be Infinity Stone related din kasi for Loki, nasa kanya pa rin yung Space Stone eh. So we don't know kung binalik yung, might be that, yun. Ano pa ba? Sorry, we forgot to discuss. Wait, we discussed Monica Rambeau. I wanted to say, ang galing
we could get into the characters.
Ang galing ng casting lang ni Monica Rambeau kasi kamukhang-kamukha niya yung kid from the Captain Marvel movie. Like they casted someone na if tumanda tong, diba? Wait, is it just me or ang galing lang talaga nung uncanny in casting? Yan. Anyway,
I
guys,
wonder though how does
if
she
you're
get her
just
powers here?
if you're just joining us, our poll question for tonight is you need to solve the mystery. What do you think is happening in the world of WandaVision? May isa nagsabi, so I'm looking back at the comments, si John Malones. He said that people are speculating si Ralph, mentioned by Agnes, is Mephisto. So
Yeah.
Ralph is that
The
I
off-screen
believe is that
husband.
the big guy na siya yung nagbigay ng bubble gum
Mm.
kay Vision yata. If I'm not mistaken, that's Ralph. Yun. Okay. Tapos, Rick, if you were hindi mo pa napapanood ng WandaVision, any recommendations on what people can read sa comics?
Well, they should they should read Vision Quest that came out in West Coast Avengers. It's
Okay.
I think it's on trade paperback now.
Yeah.
Then you can also read this one. This takes you way back now to the marriage of I believe it or not, I got this as a kid. I got the original copies as a kid. So yeah, it was weird. It was thrilling. You know, when I think back at it, like, what the hell are these stories? But they're so cool. I think the Tom King limited series is something worth reading because
And that's in stock sa Phil Bars. Volume 1 and
Ito
2.
pala yung this is the hardcover of in Tom King na sinasabi ni Rick, yung Vision. And then actually recommend House of M by Brian Michael Bendis and Olivier Coipel because ito yung talagang the strength of Wanda Maximoff can be seen.
Another major meltdown from her.
Yeah, yun. Okay. Any other points kay WandaVision that we missed, guys? Since Rick, you mentioned bubble kasi. So may isa na nagsabi baka inspiration from Avengers standoff yung Pleasant Hill. Like Westview might be Pleasant Hill also. Yung ganyan, standoff. So that was written by Nick Spencer. Pero baka hindi kasi it wasn't, si Spencer was not credited yata sa end credits, yung thanking these people, no? Ayun. So baka hindi. Maybe.
Yeah, I think standoff is something different.
Yeah.
Something different.
Medyo deep cut talaga si Erbe. High evolutionary na yung territory na dadaanan natin for WandaVision. Yes. Pero may isa nagsabi kanina, Vision is Mephisto. Dun, dun, dun. Si Paul Joey Esta.
Ay nako, narinig ko rin yan.
Talaga?
It's also
certain. Talaga ng lahat si Mephisto.
It's also certain.
The central question kasi is always, so ano ba si Vision? Is he alive? Is he just an illusion? Was he brought back to life because naayos yung Mind Stone for some reason? Or illusion lang ba talaga siya? Or siya nga daw si Mephisto, just trying to get Wanda to do things he wants her to do.
Yeah.
Whether it's its power or it's her kids. Why would he want her kids though? Ano ba to parang sa comics? Like Horcruxes or something a la Voldemort. Ni Mephisto.
Ito, Nikki, the Harry Potter version of the MCU.
Diba? Ang dami talagang theories. Mababaliw ka if you read all of them. Parang...
And I think it's great that Marvel Studios has got everyone talking again, like the mga fan speculation and theories. I'm just happy it's back. Marvel Studios is back. We get them weekly now, from now on. Kasi after this, we're getting the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, tapos Black Widow, and then Loki, and then Shang-Chi. There's a lot of MCU content for yun.
I think, with the Easter eggs that they're showing, not all of it will materialize right away.
Yeah.
Because it's just too much. And there's it's
feeling ko nga iba, hindi. At all.
it to be very simple, to be honest with you.
Kaso Rick, sinabi mo rin na parang may purpose din yung mga Easter eggs.
It will
Ano
materialize
ba
at,
talaga, Rick?
no, it will materialize at some point, but
Yeah,
not
at some
right
point. Yes.
Diba?
No, kasi
even with
mapapabalik ka. I think that their business model is they want you to rewatch the past movies
That's
din. Eh. Uy, oo nga, no? So parang
phase one. That's what they did with phase one. They were inserting things here, but it didn't happen right away until later on, diba? So ganun din. So everything here is a purpose, but they will not introduce everything right away. Kasi
like,
ang gulo nun.
I am Iron Man. Snap. Ganyan. Dahil if you go back to the first Iron Man, yun yung sinabi niyang last na I am Iron Man. Tapos, sinabi ni Jensen Stark, don't waste your life. Like, you're parang you're here for a bigger purpose. Ganyan. So, yun. He was really there to save everyone in the universe. Diba?
So you know what? You actually have to think about how deep, how long were these planning sessions? Diba? They had it down to science. They planned it really well. Diba? I'm sure they probably changed a few things here and there, but more or less everything, the roadmap was there for the MCU.
Yeah.
Actually brilliant, to be honest.
So what are you guys expecting to see for the next few episodes? Ano na tayo? 70s, 80s?
Oh wait, Chris Alcaraz saying that Wanda created this world to cope with her loss, and the Hive is watching over her in case she snaps and creates a reality-altering event. Yeah,
it's not just Hive. Everyone involved, no? Because they realize that how powerful she's growing. As we said, she's in some bubble, which she's done all these years, no? In comic book history. Even when the Avengers returned with George Perez and Kurt Busiek, diba? They were in this King Arthur-like setting, diba? That was created, diba? So I think it's the same. She's created something to deal with her grief and her loss, and at the end of the day, Vision's an android, so he's gonna be back. He's gonna be back. He's too great a character not to lose this early. Diba?
I'm really curious to see what's gonna happen. Okay, we got one more comment from Joel. Hey, Joel Parcon. He's saying some online speculators say that Mephisto is involved because of the story arc where Wanda's kids were part of Mephisto's soul. Totoo yan. Yung sinabi kanina na Vision might be Wanda, so parang nabuntis si Wanda ni Mephisto. That's gonna be so weird. And Horcrux this, tulad sabi ni Nikki, Mephisto is quote-unquote doing this to Wanda to find a way to get into the mortal world. Guys, ang dark ng mga comments.
Yeah,
most of these theories are too dark. Remember, Disney Plus caters to kids. So, baka hindi too dark. Why do I say that? Kasi si Scott Derrickson was the director of Multiverse, in the Multiverse of Madness, diba? Tapos ginawang Sam Raimi. So, possibly, some people are saying na baka si Derrickson wanted to go full-on horror and dark. Pero si Feige, wait. Medyo dark yan, bro. Sorry na lang.
Sayang.
Thank you for
would have liked that.
one. We'll bring in Sam Raimi. Yan.
Here's a comment. Yan. We think that Doctor Strange is involved somewhere here.
Yan. Okay.
I want you to watch the past.
Anyway, maraming nanonood. Might be the perfect time to those watching. And guys, ready nyo na. Pumunta na kayo sa shop.philbars.online. The moment you've been waiting for. You guys are getting 30% off on
30%.
this Vision limited edition Chase Funko Pop. Use code VisionHall1973 to get 30% off on this WandaVision 50s Vision Chase variant. Only 4 discount slots available kasi kinuha na daw ni Rick. Joke lang. There are 5 discount slots available.
Inunahan na
one piece per customer. So go now to shop.philbars.online. Yan.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. Rick, first time bigay ni Philbars na 30% off kasi usually 20%.
Sure, 20.
Tsaka such cool looking pops, diba? In fact, mapapapunta ako bukas kahit ayoko. May class ako bukas pero I'm gonna get out for a while and go to Phil Bars at UP Town Center. There's a comic.
IBBI kita. Kasi, apart from Funko Pops, also coming soon from Phil Bars, you got the Hot Toys Cause Babies na Scarlet Witch and Vision. And I think these are so cute. Pati si Vision,
They're
shots
Halloween
niya,
costumes, no?
yung
Cute.
boxers niya nasa labas.
I'm not gonna wait for Doctor Strange. I'm gonna go mad.
Yeah. No, you're gonna go like
Ako
on the
Marvel
Maximoff
Legends
and
person
go
ako So, ewan ko, hindi ako umaasa.
Ako, Nikki,
na
for
magkakaroon
sure.
ng black and white
For
version.
sure, magkakaroon ng Marvel Legends WandaVision. For sure. It's impossible
But I wanted the
that they
ones
don't
na
sell the
na black and
merchandise.
white Kaso
Hindi, ilalabas
Pop
nila yung
did
Halloween
it.
costume. Halloween costume.
Actually, cute nga yun. You know what I thought
Complete
about
with
that
the
scene dun sa
jack-o'-lantern
trailer?
bag.
Kasi parang I think 2000s na yun So I suppose Modern Family or 2010s na pala. Modern Family kasi Halloween is a big thing sa kanila Every season may Halloween episode sila. Those were the vibes na I was getting from that scene sa trailer.
Can I mention something that's a little bit, well, it's not related to WandaVision, no? Because the MCU, everything they've tried to do, they've got a heist film, diba? They've got
Space opera.
Space opera. There's something for everything, no? Then now they have the retro series in WandaVision, diba? Then in Shang-Chi, they'll have their martial arts film and all that.
Yeah.
Tournament
daw yun, Rick Alam, Mortal Kombat.
Blood sport or something.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, while watching WandaVision, the first 2 episodes, it got me thinking, what if they do Nick Fury?
They're gonna do Nick Fury. No, the Nick Fury show will be Secret Invasion. Siya yung lead dun
What if it's done like James Bond? Totally James Bond.
Like focusing on a spy,
Oh, the glitz, the glam, the weapons, and all that stuff, diba?
Kung yung Secret Invasion will be like a James Bond type of series.
Men in Black.
Dalawa sila ni Talos, ni Ben Mendelsohn. It's Fury and Mendelsohn who's that show. Men in Black.
Men in Black.
Tapos,
actually, pwede nga.
Body cop movie siya, no?
Oh, diba?
Left field.
I think that's why it appeals to a lot of different moviegoers, those who enjoy different types of things, diba? So, ayun, diba?
Ang galing din ng MCU kasi siguro, panoorin ko kaya yung Bewitched or panoorin ko kaya yung Dick Van Dyke Show.
Yeah, that's where they want you to remember these films, diba? Like if you enjoy, for the first timers who saw Stranger Things, you would have gone back and watched John Carpenter films like The Thing.
Sorry, parang it's a similar set, no, to that show.
Yes,
super.
That came to my mind the moment I saw it. I said, I saw
Pati yung
this.
camera angles.
Even the location of the stairway is in the same place as Bewitched. The same. Even the kitchen is the same. The same. And
is it ba? Yung ino-open yung kitchen window?
Oh, the same thing.
Can I just say, ang galing na they casted si Deborah Jo Rupp, who was the mom of Eric Foreman sa That 70s Show.
I know, diba? That's why it got the 70s show vibe. Galing. Talaga.
Ang galing ng casting. You gotta give it to Sarah Halifin for doing an amazing job with casting.
Diba?
Yes.
Remember, Jiggy, before when we were just reading Wizard, those casting calls on Wizard?
Wizard. I love those. Parang segments.
Yeah, I loved it. So, and now you're seeing excellent casting across the board of many films, even in the DCU. Excellent casting. So it's just so much fun for fanboys like us and fangirls like Nikki. But it's just really incredible. I can't wait.
Go. You can't wait for what?
For tomorrow's episode.
Oh, may comment dito kasi si Red Hood. Sabi niya, Wanda should just move on and date a stronger guy like the Mighty Thor. Pero yung ibang fans are speculating it's gonna be Strange and Wanda sa multiverse of madness. Tapos may meme na ayaw na ni Doctor Strange kasi people close to Wanda end up dying. Si Quicksilver, si Vision, tapos si
Exactly.
Strange, oh man, ganyan. Patay. Oo, and si...
Captain America at one point, di ba? O, namatay din si Cap.
Saan? Sino matay?
Sa comics.
Grabe.
Oo, di ba?
Grabe. Yeah. Anyway, so guys, I think that does it for... Ay, wait! The halls! Rick! Ano yung halls mo?
Okay. Siyempre, no? Tuwan-tuwa ako, nakita ko to. I missed out on the Funko Pops, but I did see this, and I did not even think twice. I got it, so...
Rick
I'll read-
Olivares shouting out to Budget Tan and Kajo Baldissimo, who we
Diba?
interviewed a couple of weeks back. So if you want to check that video out, that's uploaded on Phil Bar's social media channels like Facebook and YouTube. Yun. Rick,
So-
ano pa?
I got this.
Is that Future State Wonder
Oo.
Woman?
Ben, may presyo pa. Okay.
Bago
Justice
bago.
League?
Oh, Justice League. I got this. I wasn't able to pick it up the other week.
Oh, it's the Rian Gonzalez cover of Eternals #1.
Then, of course, I got the Marauders, so...
And para kay CB. Teka, I want to show some love to the DC fans out there. Si Nikki, bumili si Jiggy ng... Because I got
Kainget.
this Batman. Teka, off ko lang
Yun.
tong ring light. Ayan, the Future State, next Batman. So, this is
Is it good?
DC's answer to Miles Morales. So, si Timothy Fox is the new Batman. Tapos, pero it's $9 yung price niya kasi it has 3 stories which the 2 others I really don't care for, pero I gotta get the next Batman. And the other one, this is King in Black issue 3. Of course, kinuha ko yung cover ni friend ng Hall of Justice, si Mr. Laniel Francis Yu. I haven't read it. I'm reading it after this show. Yeah.
Wow. There's a
Yeah.
lot to do. Yeah.
Rick, baka pwede mo daw bigyan si Nikki ng pop na rin while ng Funko Pop. Nikki, anong gusto mo from Ninong Rick?
Hindi mo ba nanonotice na lagi kong kino-compliment yung glasses mo? Kasi, alam mo yun, baka naman.
Funko Pop daw, Rick.
Diba?
Anong
Yan,
Funko?
black and white.
Since naka-black and white tone daw si Nikki, yung Wanda.
Mhm.
Okay, Nikki, done.
Okay.
Really? Napa-oo siya. Oh my God.
Ayun. Tapos, maybe you can show Phil Bar's social media accounts. If you're not following Phil Bars yet, you can follow Phil Bars on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. And please watch Hall of Justice Thursdays, 8 p.m. here on...
when we go live on Phil Bar's Facebook page, Phil Bar's Online on Facebook, that you also share this podcast so other people may also watch and join in the Geek Talk. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, Rick, you want to send us off?
Yeah, so we've come to an end of another episode. This is episode 11 of Hall of Justice. We're going to be wrapping up season 1 pretty soon, and we'll be talking about what we do next. No? Nikki, you want to say anything to our viewers out there and let them know what else they can look out you'll be doing over the weekend or so?
Well, I'd be working over the weekend. I work 6 days a week. Anyway, watch your news, ANC, ABS-CBN News, DZMM Teleradio. But for you geeks out there, get all your stuff sa Phil Bars.
Jiggy?
Yeah, guys, we're about to end season 1 of Hall of Justice. And if you've been enjoying Hall of Justice, please do comment below na Phil Bars, i-renew nyo ang Hall of Justice. Yan, joke lang yan. But just wanted to thank everyone joining us week in and week out. Like si Erbe, Nico Valenzuela, Jason Inocencio, all the other guys watching and supporting Hall of Justice. So thank you very much. And watch WandaVision legally on Disney Plus. That's streaming tomorrow. And yan, Rick.
Okay,
That's
before I say my byes, I wanna thank Erbe, Jason, Professor Jason X, Mimong, Lazaro, Sherwin. We want to thank you also, Francis, Nico. Sino pa ba? David, thank you also. Hi, David. Thank you for the greet. Sino pa ba? Si John
Camera
Ro-
lang ang fans ni Rick Nikki, no?
Miggy,
Hi, Rick.
Kaya nga eh.
Paul,
Friendly.
sino pa ba? Si Battops Ramos, di ba? Thank you for watching. Chris Alcaraz, maraming salamat. Joseph Noel Parcon, thank you. Si Christopher also. Sino pa ba? Gusto namin pasalamatan kayong lahat for watching Hall of Justice.
Rick, wag ka munang umiyak. Meron pa tayong isang episode. Doon natin lahat sila pasasalamatan.
We will be announcing our guest, no? We have a guest next week. It's a big guest, but we can't say just yet. Pero so do keep yourselves updated by following the Philbar social media accounts. It's gonna be a cool episode next week for our season finale. Yan.
So, okay. Unfortunately, we have to depart Earth 1979 and go back to reality. And I'm not sure if that's cool, but we're only going back because we got to watch WandaVision. For Nikki and Jiggy, this is Rick Olivares. And for all the people in the back room doing the production work, sila Ivan, sila Jacob, sila Eric, sila Micah, everyone else, thank you for watching All of Justice. We'll see you. Good night.
Sobrang ganda talaga nung intro kanina. So, guys, yung people in the backstage, they really did that especially for this episode, no? So, ang gagaling ng mga little details that they put into this production.
Yes.
Thank you.
Best intro ever.
Yep. Thanks, everyone. Stay safe. Good night. We'll see you next week. And we'll see you at Philbars.
Mabuhay!